Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Views and I watched Watchmen. Not for the first time because, I kinda grew up watching this. So I've seen this movie probably minimum 4 or 5 times, or if it's not more than that. So I probably put up not the first time watch, because I don't know how many times I've seen this movie. Anyway, this is kind of the first time that I've watched this version of the movie, because this was the extended version of 3.5 hours actually. The original movie is, well, it says here 2 hours and 43 minutes, but the extended version is an extra 45 minutes. Holy shit. And I think that I know where they put the extra minutes into, but I don't know for sure if that's it. Let's just start with the movie, shall we? We see a very up close smiley badge, and the camera zooms out, and we see that smiley is probably on a bathrobe, and further zoom out, and we see that the bathrobe is on a guy who is smoking while he's waiting for his kettle to be hot. He turns the kettle off, and then we have a very up close shot of his face while he is pouring in his hot water. Jesus. Pours the water. We see the end of the pour, and then he stirs the tea probably with a spoon. Then picks up, and then we see a television. We see him walk towards the television, and then sit down on the couch. We get the front shot of him leaning forward. And then we see the teleprompter of the U.S. Well, I think from the U.S. president. But we're gonna leave that, because if you want to know, grab an axe, watch the movie yourself. One thing that I don't get about this movie is, why the fuck is Dr. Manhattan naked? Because his dick is out. Well, that's usually when when a guy is naked, his dick is out. So, but why the fuck is his dick out? Couldn't he have just some underwear or something, or just clothes? Because he can wear clothing. We've seen it, but yeah, he is mostly naked apparently. The effects of this movie very, very cool. Very nicely made. Even the glowing and all and the mask from Rorschauchs, very, very nice. We had some slow motion shots, and those were also very cool. That was somebody shooting, and then we saw somebody trying to stop the bullet with the hand, but the fingers flew off, and blood started to pour out, and more blood from being shot, all in slow motion. Very, very cool. Very, very nicely done. Very nicely done. And Rorschach's voice really doesn't match his face when he's unmasked. He sounds like Batman if Batman always talked like that, even when he's just Bruce, it's yeah, it's a nice voice, especially for his character, but yeah, it sounds so weird when he is just unmasked, because his voice just doesn't match his face. But he probably doesn't talk like that, in real life, but just as a character. Overall, I like Rorschach. He is kind of a fucked up character, but he is a good character. Overall, it was a good movie, so I give this movie a 4 out of 5. Go watch the movie yourself, leave likes, recommend a good. Uh, Patrick Wilson movie down below in the comment section. He played Night Owl, and he was also who I recognized. Yeah, Patrick Wilson movie down below in the comment section or something like that. Subscribe to the channel, check out my second channel, Underdog Eats, where food trends every week. From time to time also so call my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where I do primarily music. Link down below in the description, and see you guys next time. Bye.